I was about to start the earthquake when the phone rang. It wasn't to be a big earthquake. I was thinking of 2, maybe 300 dead. You need some level of uncertainty to keep these things interesting, and I planned enough damage to mean that the repairs would run throughout the coming summer. I'd set the epicenter to strike at the riverside suburb of Sild, a snaky tangle of slender wooden townhouses that surrounded a chapel topped with a typical Umbragian corkscrew spire. I'd rigged a blender motor to the district's supporting central strut. I would try a whole minute on full power for the initial quake, and then dial it down by 2/3 for the aftershocks. I was nervous. This wasn't my first natural disaster. The flood that had washed away the cliff-top village of Drayton and the fabled 10-hour fire were both recent projects. But what they had in common was their unpredictability. That was the joy of them too. I stood in the doorway to make a last inspection of Umbridge while it was still intact. It was sleepy in the twilight, and the hillside suburbs that abutted my bedroom door were veiled in a thick mist. I made a mental note to turn down the concentration of water in the dry ice machine to back it off a little. Traffic systems were in their post-work lull, the funicular puffed dwarf cloud ceilingwards as it struggled up the back mountains, and a couple of the cable cars still looped over the busier districts, but there was a pleasing air of calm and anticipation, which was ruined by the ringing of the home phone. I assumed it was a sales call. I couldn't remember the last time it had rung before this week. In fact, the last time I paid the bill, there hadn't been a single incoming call listed, and only 3 outgoing ones. All from me to my mobile, trying to work out exactly where in the flat I'd left it. I let it ring, and tried to concentrate again on the earthquake. The radius was hard to calculate, and that made the damage little more than guesswork, and I don't like guesswork. But the phone rang on and on. Twice this week it had rung, both around this time of day. I tried to ignore it, but some mental subroutine was counting the rings. 25, 26, and it played havoc with my focus. You need proper concentration to pull off a successful disaster. During the fire of 92, the smoke alarm went off, bringing concerned neighbours to my door. 31, 32. And while I was trying to persuade them that nothing was amiss, and trying to keep nosy eyes from peeking inside, the whole quadrant from the drill pits to Ulston was burnt to a cinder.